Nitro's the glory, but Ebuggy pays the bill.
I'm gonna make some mistake. He keeps it on board. Let me see. Is he gonna stop by? He's gonna go up over the hip jump.
What's going on, RC Racing World? It's Max and Lefty, and we are here for a after-day recap of the first day of qualifying here at the IFMAR Ebuggy World Championships here in Barcelos, Portugal. It's been a long day of qualifying. It's been a pretty impressive day of qualifying, and we're going to run through it really quickly. Go ahead, Max. You lead it off.
Yeah, we had Marcus Carrera really coming through with 2 TQs, sort of putting himself as the number one at the moment. David Ronnefalk started the day really strong, taking that TQ run in the first one. And then we had a lot of these guys who are almost there. We had Michal Orlowski sitting third currently. Behind him, we have Elliot Boots in fourth, your top seed from yesterday. And Canas and Ongara both getting a top 3 as well. I'd say there's like 6 guys who have a real shot at winning this thing. Obviously, everyone has a shot at TQing or winning. It's not over until it's over. But I'd say the top 6 have kind of established themselves at this point after the first day of qualifying.
Yeah, absolutely. It started off pretty hot for Ronnefalk. He had a very impressive run in Q1. And our overnight TQ, Carp, actually had a 46 in round 1. And I was like, okay, maybe his pace that we saw in practice was a little bit false. But then I watched him in Q2 and I watched him in Q3, and that dude's just smooth as butter. His inputs, his driving, he's doing the triple single every lap, hitting those same lines. Very impressive, the young Dane. 2-time European champion at, 17 years old? That's the reason. He's looking very good, very confident. He was very happy after his Q3 run. We had a chat with him. You can see that full chat on the on the YouTube. So very impressed with Team Associated and Marcus Carp. Very well done for him.
Yeah, and to be honest, I think the sort of big takeaways, I mentioned those top 6, but behind them there's a bunch of different guys. There's like if you just go down the list, like guys who are right now placed in like 18, 19, they have top 10 runs under their belt. So the field is like really, really close. And the craziest part about this is you mentioned Marcus. He was 41st in round 1. There was nothing fault with his car. He didn't brake, didn't have anything crazy. He crashed twice. That was it. That was just it. And that's how close the field is. Like, you post a time that's like 10 seconds off the lead, and you're like 30th.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what's happening to some of these guys. I mean, might as well mention Ryan Mayfield. Incredibly tough of a day. I actually have to scroll down quite a bit of him. 35th.
Yeah. We was watching his car. It kind of reminds me of Redovon.
It does.
It reminds me of Redovon. His car, it looks good, and he's kind of out there by himself. But then you see, when you look at a guy like Carap, and even Cavallari, who we're going to talk about shortly, you look at these guys and how smooth they are going around these corners, and you can see Mayfield's kind of fighting it. He knows it. We had a talk with him. We did a pit walk with him as well. So I'm fortunate for him. The top techno guys, actually, Joao Figueiredo. No surprise. This is his home track. He's used to this high grip surface, but he's crashing like crazy too. Yeah. But he's still able to post great times. So that's pretty impressive by Joao.
Yeah, that's the thing, that Mayfield's best lap is like 7/10 off the top, where Joao is right there on best lap. The issue with Joao is he's making a lot of mistakes. I think he should be right up there within those top 6, but it just mistakes. Could be overdriving. I talked to the techno guys. They say that Joao's car is impossible to drive. Well, he makes it work, somewhat work at least. And there could be something to that. Obviously, it's a different because everybody else have like a base here in Europe. Like every other team has a big base here in Europe. Techno is the only one with basically they have 2 guys who like regularly drive here. So it's a tough one for them. It's going to be tough for Mayfield to really put on any challenge for the win. Even a main at this point is a bit of a stretch, unfortunately.
We'll see. I mean, we say that there are 6 qualifiers. We thought there were 5, so they do have 3 more chances. Best 3 out of 6 count. Another person, but we have to talk about is Ronnefalk. So Ronnefalk came out swinging, looking fast, made some mistakes. I think he was walking out there and he made a mistake right before the loop, cost him a bunch of time. He had a 0, a 3, and then his third qualifier was a 10. He's pretty straight. He's set himself up. Mikhail Orlowski, kind of where he's been. Okay, yeah, he was very fast in seeding and stuff, but he hasn't really shown that TQ pace but he doesn't really need to show that TQ pace. He just needs to be in that top 3 starting positions, in my opinion. Elliott Boots has kind of been the fastest all week.
Yeah.
He did get a 2, he got a 4, and then his worst was a 9 in round 3. He did have a big crash coming over the quad that cost him quite a lot. He's good. He's looking solid, but not looking as solid as he did in seeding practice. He did TQ seeding practice. This is qualifying, but he has 3 more rounds to go. So I'm not too worried about Boots. His car is the fastest car going down the straightaway by far. Him and Canas, who we're going to talk about next.
Yeah.
Canas, silently, they're in 5th, but we haven't seen. We got used to Canas TQing rounds and all that stuff. Maybe he's backing it off a bit. Maybe he's not showing his hand like he has at the Worlds and like he did the Euros and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case. Oh, you know what I think is Canas is he said to himself, there's no oil on the track. That's the big thing. These e-buggies, the biggest difference is the fact that you don't get no oil from the pipes on the track, and that makes the track that tiny bit more abrasive. So instead of having, we talked about this in the last podcast, like adhesive grip versus abrasive grip is a lot more nervous. And Canas absolutely hate that nervous feeling.
Yeah.
And not having that oil makes it one step worse for them. And he said that's what he's been struggling all week. Today, he said for Q2, he got the car right, but then made a mistake. And Q3, he got a 3rd. So I think tomorrow, first run in the morning, there's going to be a bit more moisture. That means that with the rubber on the track, moisture, it's going to be a bit more forgiving. I'm thinking Canas is going to be much better off tomorrow once he's comfortable now. And he might actually surprise a bit of people. I that's what my feeling right now.
I wouldn't be surprised. So when we're saying about the oil, what happens with this track is that it has so much traction, and when the nitro cars put on that oily goo from the exhaust oils and all that stuff, it forms a black line, and it actually, the best word they can explain is greasy. So it gives a little bit of give. It makes the car it makes it a lot more forgiving to drive. Your car has that give that you need. It isn't as edgy, isn't as tippy as because you see these guys just make a wrong input and they're doing a cartwheel because it's such high traction out there. There's so much elevation changes and chicanes and movements going back and forth at high speed that the minimum inputs is very hard. I was talking to Julian Oliveris, and he was like, this is like driving. It's like driving on the most high grip carpet you could imagine, and you're just putting minimal inputs in it. I talked to Har, and he said it's similar to driving four-wheel drive on high grip carpet.
Yeah.
So it's very, very, very important that they want that line, but it's not going to happen because we don't have that exhaust. You know, so it's not. It might come about a little bit, but not like we do. Not like we see in Nitro. Let's move on. We have Ongaro, who had a 3, a 6, and a 6. Kind of where he's been all week. He says he's found something. He said he went from his best, bad, worst day of his life of racing in practice. That was a quote he said in the drive interviews, which you can see on YouTube. Don't forget to hit that sub, like, and notification button. But I kind of expect big things from Ongaro. I think he's kind of feeling his way out as well. So we'll see how it happens.
With Ongaro, it's a bit of a tough one. Yes, definitely Tuesday was probably the worst day I've ever seen from Ongaro. Mm-hmm. Yesterday was a bit better, but still bad. Today, he had the pace. There was nothing wrong with the pace. Had he had clean runs all three, he would have been, I think, second or even TQ'd some of the rounds. Got a third from Q1. He was saying that his car is a little bit better in the morning. I think that has a lot to do with the little bit of give from the moisture on the track. But yeah, it's tough. Like, I don't think tire is as big of a deal now because, as I said, the grip is abrasive. Mm-hmm. And I think Matrix, J Concepts, and Hot Race, all three are very closely matched. So it's not about the tire. I think it's just that
Driving.
It's like, it's so... Like, Ongaro is at his best when he could go really, really fast. Mm-hmm. Like Redovan, the speed, like the physical speed of the car is incredibly fast, and he's able to control that. That's not this track. This is really slow. It's really technical, and we see him making a lot more mistakes than we're used to. And I think it's just about that, because he said himself on the interview that Marcus is just driving better. It's his teammate. You know, they have different tires, but same car. same electronics. Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to another surprise. Not a surprise, but Noah Ben Mohammed, the young Frenchman in the Sparko, 34 in round one, comes back with a 5 and a 5 and finds himself in 7th. Well done to the young Frenchman. Impressive. I think it just comes down to that. He's used to that carpet driving on this high traction type of stuff, and it's working in his benefit. He's a very good driver. It's great to see him doing some 8-scale racing as well. I believe he raced in Nitro Euros here as well, maybe not having the same success that he's having now, but he was very fast at the Ebuggy Euros, which is a different type of track.
Yeah, that's true. And I spoke with him earlier, and he straight up said that he's much more comfortable with electric power. He's not used to nitro yet. He's a pure electric driver, and it shows. Like it's a thing to learn, nitro. But here, everybody's kind of all the electric drivers have that. I wouldn't say even a benefit, but just the comfort that they know how the power works. And yeah, shout out to Noah. I didn't expect him to be this high up, but he's an incredibly talented young man.
Absolutely. Up next, the Japanese driver, Japanese national champion Kaoki Kato. I said it right.
Yep, that was right.
He had a 7, an 8, and a 56. So 2 was his worst round. He's kind of quiet. We weren't watching him all weekend, and then he shows up for qualifying.
I don't know what happened in the Infinity camp because pretty much all of them, Bruno, Naoto, and Koki, all of them were kind of non-existent for majority of the week. Even Bruno, like we expect this Portugal, he's been at this track multiple times. He should be fast here. He was struggling, but then come Q1, Naoto and Koki both put it in the top 10. I don't know what happened. They just said that they drove safe. I don't know. Maybe that worked for them, but Koki, I think he's really close to locking in that A main. That's really big for Japan.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
this is the historic country where kind of RC racing came from, and we haven't had a Japanese guy in 8-scale main in quite a while. So it's a big thing. It's a big thing.
I agree with you. Up next, I think the biggest surprise here.
Yep.
The top American, the GOAT, Ryan Cavallari, come out swinging. Another one. Not looking too sharp in practice. It was all about Pecco in the Mayako, looking great. But as soon as I saw Cav out there in Q1, I was like, oh, wow. He looks good.
Yeah.
And he continued that. He had a 12 in round 1, a 13 in round 2. And then I remember we was interviewing JQ when this happened, and he had a 4 in round 3. Like, if you would have told me that Cavallari would be the top American here, I would have said, shut the front door, because no way. But when you look at him, he looks smooth. He's not making mistakes. He's driving controlled. He's kind of doing what we know Cavallari can do, pretty much.
Pretty much so. And he himself said that it's a lot down to JQ, that the Mayako car is really good. Like, it's not a coincidence that Pecco is doing the hottest laps of the week, and the Cavallari at the same time is doing a fourth round. That Mayako, prototype, saddle prototype with LCG stuff, people have been saying it. It looks really good on that track, and I think Cavallari, like each round, like it's not that he got one miracle round. He's gotten consistently. He ran a 12th in round 1. He ran a 11-second round 2, and then he went for a 9-second in round 3. So it's like improvement and improvement and improvement. And notice to the Americans, and I say this with all love to Ryan. He's the best American at the moment.
Yeah, he is.
And on that point, because we're not going to probably get to Fenn because he's quite far down the list.
Let's get through number 10.
Okay.
João Figueiredo, the owner of this track, in 10th. We're watching João. He's making mistakes.
Yeah.
He's still in 10th.
Yeah.
Like we always say, if João just doesn't make these mistakes, he wins so many races.
Yeah.
But even with these mistakes, he's finding himself in 10. It's very exceptional. Not really surprised. This is his home track. He's turned many laps here. He knows the surface by heart. But top techno driver here at the Ebuggy Worlds after day 1 of qualifying. He had a 9, a 10, and a 39. So his last one was not very good.
Yeah.
Then honorable mentions, we have Andrea Trevisan from Italy on the WIRC. Daniel Kobovic. David Todd, the young man from Spain who's having an exceptional year. Polito from Italy in the S-Works and the Matrix tires. And then we come to Dakota Fenn. So Dakota Fenn, I'm a bit shocked. I was expecting him to come out swinging And his best run was a 6 in round 1. I was like, okay, that's decent.
But he even had a mistake.
Yes, he made a mistake. He wasn't doing the quad. He was single one. Sorry, I'm sorry, triple one.
Yeah.
And he was doing the quad so consistently yesterday. I think that messed with him. Anyway, he got a 20 in round 2. And what happened was, so after round 2, they went to qualifier heat number 5. So those guys didn't have a lot of time to work on their cars. In fact, we was up there, we did a pit walk. He was trashing his car, he had a diff out, he was doing all this type of stuff. So when he was in warm-up for round 3, I think he just forgot to do something on his car, maybe tighten up the steering links or something, but he went over a jump, I believe, and I don't know what happened, but the front end exploded on him. I think it just came from thrashing and trying. I don't even think they knew that they were going to do that. So we were up there, those guys are thrashing. So unfortunate for Finn, but he had a DNS, because he didn't get to start.
Yeah, didn't get to start that one. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's not over for Finn. He has 3 more rounds tomorrow. He does have a 6,
Yeah.
but he only has, realistically, 1 giveaway tomorrow, where the rest of these guys have pretty much solid giveaways.
Yeah.
When I say giveaway, they can afford to make some mistakes.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling Finn will be there. He always is. And
It's not for a lack of pace.
No.
It was just a terrible day for him in the sense that the only sort of clean round he had wasn't even that clean. Second round, like at this track, you're going to have a round where you just randomly crash, and it's kind of no fault to you. Giving that third one away where they did not start, I as we said, we don't know what happened, but didn't hear that he hit anything.
I don't know. I
Didn't
see it.
see him hit anything. Or what I heard is like he just got a tire rod off the car. So I don't know. Could be just sort of a little bit of a crack and then broke in the start,
I
or it
think
could be that he forgot to attach something.
I think it's just thrashing, trying to get ready for that third round, rushing, because they didn't have much time.
Yeah.
And unfortunate for Finn, but he gets to go home, get some rest, get his car ready for tomorrow, because they are starting on round 5, on heat 5 tomorrow morning. Other people kind of out of the moment. Clement Boda's been fast, a young Frenchman in an associated car, but same thing, making mistakes. On pace to beat people, but makes a small mistake.
Yeah, he's been first round. He was running for a top 5, crashed, got a gust of wind, crashed in the front triple. Round 2, again, on for a top 5 and crashed before the quad. Round 3, we got a 7th. I think he slowed down a bit just to make sure that he doesn't make a mistake. Unfortunate. He's been fast, like incredibly fast.
Killick brothers not doing too well either. We have Barkan in 22nd and Borak in 17th. Yuna Hotnen in 18th. Bartos Zaleski, the young Pool, he's in 19th. Adrian Parente in 19th. Happisburg in 21st. That's pretty good for him. I'd say the next top American after Fenn is Chase Lemieux. Shout out to him. He is currently in 23rd.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And our good friend Pecco, who did not have a good day today,
He had a miserable day.
is in 26th. Hopefully he can put his head down and do some things. And then Texas Pride, Brandon Rose, not having the best Ebuggy Worlds. He is currently in 28th. Hopefully he can do something to put it together and get his car. His teammates are doing good, so hopefully that will pay off. I think that kind of wraps it up. We get started tomorrow morning. Qualifying, 3 more rounds of qualifying, and then I think they have some practice finals. They're doing first round of A finals, I do believe. First round of finals. Each class, each heat gets 3 A mains.
Yeah, but it's kind of
3 finals.
unclear. The thing with this is we are kind of afraid that it's going to rain. There's a big chance that Saturday will get rained out. So I think tomorrow there will be a discussion on, because they have scheduled practice finals for tomorrow evening. There has been a discussion if they're going to run a first round of finals tomorrow evening, just to be sure from Saturday that we don't get canceled from the rain. Okay. But yeah, I haven't heard the sure word from them. I don't know if you have.
We don't know what's going to happen.
For sure.
So each class is supposed to get, each A main or letter main is supposed to get 3 finals, and 1 bumps up from the B final. We're not sure if there's supposed to be practice mains tomorrow. We're not sure if practice mains where 1 bumps up from the B main, like the LCQ. We're not sure how they're going to do it. We'll know more tomorrow. We hope you guys have been enjoying all the content. Max has been working very hard out there getting it. I'm just been kind of editing. Hope you guys are enjoying the live stream on RC Racing TV. We have Red RC here as well, Circus RC. Obviously, J Concepts is doing a lot of stuff. Check it all out. We thank you guys for the support. We thank all the sponsors for the support that make this happen. And don't forget, hit that like, sub notification button, share. Lots of content. The results being done by Max, all that type of stuff. Hope you guys like it. Show your love by hitting that like, sub notification button, and show your love by showing their sponsors some love. From Lefty and Max here at the Ebuggy Worlds, we're going to go get some food, have some frosty beverages, and get back to work. We'll see you tomorrow.
Goodbye.
Bye.